made to you so special? Nothing. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Frank Stout, just a guy from Brooklyn. First thing, before I say anything, I need to give a big disclaimer. It's disclaimer time. Because you don't have to do this, but in this case, I got to do it. For the record, I have never done, nor will I ever do, nor do I intend to do any cocaine or any other illegal drugs in my life. I do not condone it. My channel does not condone it. So whatever you hear and see in this video or is advertised for my channel is strictly for the purposes of the movie itself. I'm here to give you a review for the brand new movie, Cocaine Bear. It's an Elizabeth Banks movie.
Thank you, MTV. This is what I was hoping for.
Yeah, that Elizabeth Banks. It only cost $35 million to make, so it is a low-budget horror comedy movie. It stars Ray Liotta. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. He's given us some great movie moments. He definitely, gives his chops in this movie. Well, let's get with the premise. The premise is, well, I think you know the premise, and let's just get some facts out of the way. When you're talking about putting bears.
What is it? What's wrong, sister?
Send it on the news team, and it's not going well. Clearly, after today, I will know why. Come on!
And then, with the bear, you put cocaine.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
If you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay. My friend wants me to try cocaine. Cocaine. I don't have anything to snort it with.
I'm the map.
We did it! We did it!
You combine those things, it is cinema gold, obviously. And the fact that this is actually based on true events just adds to the hype. I don't know what happened back in 1985, but I have no idea how accurate this is to those events. I'm gonna doubt that a lot of the stuff that happened in this movie happened back then because it is a horror comedy. But all I can say, this is one fun, wild ride. So let's get with the good. The good of this movie is, well, you just have to ask yourself one question. Does this movie deliver with bloody kills, because you want your horror, and the comedy? Does it deliver? Does a bear shit in the woods? Yeah, it really does. I really enjoyed all of it. Obviously, you have some drug smugglers. They drop the cocaine into the woods. Bear gets his hands on the woods, paws on the wood, on the cocaine. And there's your story, really. It's an 80s movie because it takes place in 1985, just like the real events. It has a nice 80s soundtrack. Has a few surprises, a few surprises there. And it does have some heart here and there in the movie, and coming from places that normally you don't get heart, I would say, it definitely, it's nice to see a movie where, because you have your stereotypes, and it shows that not all drug dealers are bad people, and stuff like that. So it's nice. It has a star-studded cast. I mean, you have everybody from O'Shea Jackson, who's Ice Cube's son, if you didn't know. He's in this. Isaiah Whitlock Jr. from The Wire, who's very famous for saying,
She.
obviously a whole bunch of fans of The Wire in the theater with me, and they were all wondering if he was going to say that. Only way to know is to watch the movie, people. I'm not spoiling that. Another thing is that since you have, it's kind of, the bags of cocaine are like a MacGuffin. Everybody's after them. The police is after them. The drug dealer, the main drug dealer played by Liotta, is after it. His people are after it, and because the drug dealer needs this cocaine, like if he doesn't get this cocaine, it's a large amount. He knows they're going after him and his entire family. So they have no choice but to go. They know there's a bear there, and they have no choice. So you know what this means?
Bear bites!
Yeah, it just gets crazier and crazier after that. Another great thing about this movie was its ending. It really had some great moments in the ending. I would say it's probably the best ending involving a bear.
Oh, right in the...
Well, maybe the second best movie ending involving a bear. Okay, it's one of the best endings involving a bear. So the bad. Look, I can't really say too much bad. This movie cost $35 million to make. I'm going to give you some bad things that I thought were bad, but we have to include context. You know what I mean? So I guess the biggest negative would be like the bear creature design. It's pure CGI. It doesn't really look like a real bear. I mean, I think it looked a little better in the movie than it did in the trailers. I would say there was a slight upgrade, but I still think, it could have looked better. But when you have a $35 million budget, you can't really fault a movie for that. Another thing is you're making an 80s movie. If you're going to make an 80s movie, and I hate to see these things, if you're going to go out of your way to make an 80s movie, you got to cross the T's and dot the I's. Sayings like po-po and about that life was not said in 1985. Sayings like that did not exist. And for Christ's sake, anybody making a movie about the 80s, you do not have to have a members only jacket. It's like a freaking obsession with people making 80s movies. You do not everybody and their mother was wearing members only jackets in the 80s. I never wore one. This movie was really, really fun. So I'm going to give it a score of 6.7, which ties with my favorite movie of the year so far. 6.7 out of 10. Is it purchase worthy? Is it worth going to the theater to see? Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I had such a ball watching this. So this is Frank Stout from the BK. Like always, the city that never sleeps. Peace.
See my face in lights, on my name on marquees found down on Broadway. Even if it ain't all it seems, I got a pocket full of dreams, baby. I'm from New York.